Our special correspondent, Alex Crawford, reports from Antakya. And just a warning, there are images of dead people being pulled out of the rubble and also in the street.
Help has finally arrived in Hatay, and it is now here in bucket loads. But they simply cannot get too much support here. The relief operation may have been turbocharged, with diggers and heavy machinery brought in, but it's barely scraping the surface here. So many are still trying to find their loved ones. "Answer me, my love," she says. There is a unique torture in not knowing, and the people of Hatay are now horribly familiar with it. Our drone pictures give an indication of just what they've been through here, and the destruction wrought on just this city is staggering. Hardly a building's left untouched. Replicate this over a 500-kilometre area across Turkey, which is the earthquake zone, and you get a sense of the scale. So the relatives keeping vigil are forced to endure this grim scene continually, bodies being pulled out repeatedly. The waiting is over for someone each time, only to be replaced by fresh suffering. Volunteers brought van loads of donated supplies, but they seem pitifully inadequate for the crushing needs here. They're hungry after nothing much for 3 days, and many scrambled out of collapsing homes with just what they were wearing and are now shivering, living out in the open. So warm clothes are eagerly snatched. And coats are worth fighting for. They've been through a terrible trauma, and it's not over yet.
What did you manage to escape with?
Nothing, nothing. I just came out with my pajamas, she says, just my pajamas. We left without taking anything. They don't have time to deal with the large numbers of dead right now, so the corpses are left near where they're found. Roughly a third of quake deaths in Turkey have been recorded here in Hatay. President Erdogan has admitted mistakes were made early on, and many here in Hatay believe their relatives paid the price for those shortcomings. But the Turkish leader insists no government could prepare for a disaster this size.
So Red One are going to move out first.
There have been offers of help from 45 countries, but the first international search and rescue team we've seen in Hatay is a 77-strong group of firefighters from Britain. They've come with disaster skills, 4 sniffer dogs, specialised equipment and lots of hope.
Do you think there is still a possibility that people can be saved at this point?
There's always hope, and there's lots of evidence to suggest people in the right conditions survive for quite some time. So yeah, that's what we're here for.
And their expertise is much needed. As soon as they're spotted, they're asked for help.
Have we had any knocking, any noises, any pulled out?
They're not sure. They've been on the ground for less than half an hour, but the British team are getting ready for their first search for survivors. The sniffer dogs are crucial, and the teams also brought seismic listening devices, concrete cutting and breaking equipment, but it won't be easy.
We've got lots of information about the type of collapse, the type of survivable voids, the likelihood of people in there. We've had an indication from the dog. Mate, all we're going to do is recording all of that information now and then deciding whether to send a team here. The issue with this one is it is quite dangerous and it's going to take a long time to dig in and find out. There's no clear, precise indications that there's someone live in there at the moment. So that's still what we're searching for, so we're still looking.
Their expertise is going to be absolutely critical in this condition, and it's what the area has been crying out for. Many of the residents still coming up to us complaining about how there's no mass organised coordination of this relief effort, and they don't feel there's enough specialists on the ground.
Tens of thousands have been left homeless by this disaster and are now dependent on donations and desperately in search of shelter in midwinter. The numbers in need here are overwhelming. Alex Crawford, Sky News in Antakya, Hatay.